Hey, Villa fam, you're back with two village girls for another eventful week of honest conversations. I'm Angie,
And I'm Serena.
and today we're here to tell you our opinions on vaccinations. For the rest of the season, we'll be leaving it open for you guys to share things y'all would like to hear our opinion on. So please leave them in the comments below. So, to me, I feel like vaccines are useful in some situations. When I was younger, I had to take, we all had to take all our vaccines. We had to get vaccinated to be in school and stuff like that. But I think my opinion is more so grew with like the flu shot and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So to me, I really didn't get sick or anything like that. Like my health was very, very good. So I rarely caught a cold. So I felt like after a few years, after taking it, like I had to take it because my grandmother made us take it. But like after getting older and having we have to go take it on our own, I
Yeah.
decided like I really didn't take it much because it's just like why? Because I don't need it if I don't really get sick like that. I feel as though if people have those health concerns like asthma and all those heart conditions, stuff like that, then I feel it's necessary for them to take the vaccine. And I feel the same with COVID as well. Like I don't really get sick like that, so that's not the only reason I wouldn't take the COVID vaccine, but one of my reasons that I don't really get sick like that. And also, it's they always say that the COVID vaccine gives you a little sample of the virus is in the vaccines.
The flu shot, yeah. The big marketing point on the COVID one is that it doesn't have it.
That's the thing. People with social media, it broadcasts two different things. Like you saying that thing, I see things like this, and I hear people telling me that. And not only that, people get COVID after getting COVID vaccines. So it's just a lot of ifs, and like I'm not ready to get vaccinated or no if. That's my
True.
biggest opinion. And also, like for me, I just recommend it for all older people anyway, in general.
It decreases the symptoms of COVID if you get it.
Yeah, something like that.
So that way, it's not as extreme for them if they
Yeah.
get sick.
So I do recommend, like I really do recommend it for like my older people. Like I told my mother to get vaccinated, so my fears are still there. I know people say don't fear it, but
I feel like in cases like that, the fear is usually it's more understandable now considering right now the COVID vaccine isn't FDA approved. Whereas all the other, not all the other vaccines, but the main vaccines that children get, younger people get and into adulthood, for the most part, those are vaccines that have been approved
mhm.
and have been around forever. Like the COVID vaccine is so new that the ifs are justified because in reality,
Now I honestly I heard that they've been had this. I heard that they've been working on this vaccine since 2000 and something.
and I've heard that too. And I think in a way that doesn't boost confidence about the
Yeah,
vaccine because
exactly.
if it's been around for years and it's still not FDA approved,
Exactly.
there's bound to be questions about it.
Hmm.
And don't get me wrong, scientists, that's their job. And I trust that they're working hard to get there. But I also think it's justified to have those ifs and those questions because it is a big risk.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as far as vaccines go, like the childhood vaccinations, I 110% support. One of the big arguments about childhood vaccinations is that they cause autism, which has been proven time and time again that that's not the case. One doesn't cause the other. They're mutually exclusive events.
I haven't heard that before though.
That's one of the stereotypical things you hear from anti-vaxxers is that, oh, well, that's going to give my child autism, which isn't the case. And it prevents diseases that we have basically gotten rid of. As far as the flu shot goes, I know I've gotten the flu shot at some point. I know I got all my childhood vaccinations and stuff, and I
Hmm.
turned out fine. I also have a weak immune system. So I'm the opposite of you, Angie, in that I got my vaccines and I still get sick. It's usually once a year, but that once a year, it's a month-long sickness of stuffy nose, coughing. But I wouldn't turn my back on the flu shot, but I also am not I don't jump every time flu season comes around to go get it. Because I mean, the flu is bad. I've had the flu. It's awful. It's survivable. It's just uncomfortable, really. No one wants to be sick. But I've also gotten the flu with the flu shot.
True.
And either way, it's bad. So I'm impartial to the flu shot just because to me, it doesn't make a difference, but to some it might.
Yeah, I remember like getting it, like, when my grandma took me to the doctors, but like when I go to the doctors by myself, I don't know. I can't even remember.
That's what I'm saying. Like the memory of getting like the flu shot, like I'm positive I've gotten it. Do I get it every single year? I don't think so. But it's not so much I'm like anti-flu shot. It's just in a way it's an inconvenience to me to like have to schedule an appointment just to go get it.
Every year.
Yeah. But just trying to schedule that around everything else is just, I accept the consequences of getting the flu and I do my part, working with kids. I'm always washing my hands, cleaning up their stuff. Like I'm a very sanitary person because I know that especially in like childcare fields, things spread and they spread like wildfire. So I do my part to make sure everything stays clean and as healthy as possible, including myself, As far as the COVID vaccine goes, I did get the vaccine. I more so got it because I work with kids. I was nervous with how everything started opening back up and I just kind of freaked out and got it. In doing that, I still have my reservations about the vaccine, but I've accepted that like I have become one of their like test subjects in the vaccine, and that if I become like part of the science and they learn something from me, like I'm okay with that if it means like helping future generations and figuring out how they can improve upon the vaccine. I don't think kids should be getting the COVID vaccine. I feel like there's still, like we were talking about the unknown, Angie, there's still too much unknown. And in a way, I feel like it's, I don't want to say inhumane. Like we as adults know what we're getting into if we decide to take the vaccine or not. Children, they don't really get much say. So should there be like a side effect that comes up later on in life, like these children are basically like doomed to it. Whereas like we as adults, like we knew what we signed up for. As far as like other vaccines and like schools mandating like regular vaccines and like herd immunity, basically the question is, should kids that don't get vaccinated be allowed in schools? Like, is it safe for them to go to school?
If it's mandated, then yeah, then I guess we're gonna have no choice.
Sure.
But to stay home. How I feel about that, I guess. Maybe the kids gotta get vaccinated, but like you said, with the COVID, it's different. But with all the other vaccinations, then yeah, they just have to go get it. If they don't, then yeah, of course they can't be in school because then obviously, well, they already got vaccinated, so they ain't gonna be able to get nothing, right? I don't know. That's all I gotta think about. I'm in a circle right now.
I know. It's like, on one hand, our vaccines work, but on the other hand, I feel like it's never just one person that's not vaccinated. Whether it's like some people that are like immunocompromised, for example, that can't get the vaccines because their immune system is like already weak. Like they can't get some vaccines. And then for those that just don't get vaccines because they don't believe in science, now that's two people that are at risk. It's tricky in a school setting either way. I feel like schools can only say and do so much. I definitely think that if you're able to get vaccines, you should definitely get them, the regular ones. I feel like we have to keep like specifying the regular ones and not the COVID one, because that's all anyone's talking about right now is the COVID vaccine. I just hope we don't have another shutdown.
I can't afford it.
Girl, I can't afford it. If there's any concerns about vaccines or anything, get your research from like a medical professional. Google is not always the best place. Social media is definitely not the best place to find answers. Our goal, as we always say, is to protect the children of the future, the children we teach, the families that they go home to. Thanks for tuning in again to another episode with Two Village Girls. Please subscribe to our channel if you are new. And if you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them down below. Also, go ahead and hit that bell to get notified when new videos drop. Check us out on our Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Two Village Girls for updates and weekly inspiration. As always, we want to send you out with some positive vibes to get you through the rest of your week. And this week's inspirational quote is by Jeffrey Klugger, who says, "Vaccines save lives. Fear endangers them." Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.